gorgeous, beautiful freaks. Welcome to my gorgeous little YouTube channel. I read 61 contemporary romances last year. They're kind of in a fog in my brain. Some of them did boots and body and slay. Some of them not the best. So I thought this would be a gorgeous little reflection time to go over and tier rank every single one of the romance books that I read last year and kind of figure out what the tea is. I already set up this beautiful little tier ranking list, and let me just go over the categories for you because we're not going to have a normal S tier. We're not going to have a normal D tier. We're going to keep it spicy. We're going to keep it unique. So as you can see, lowest of the low is going to be I want to be embalmed. Like I want to be dead and I want my body to be preserved. Not preserved in a good way, preserved in the way where it's like you should live and look at what you've done. Almost like regret. This one is going to be double it and give it to the next person. I didn't like it, but maybe there's a little guy out there that would. So I would just double it and give it to the next person. Like, don't need it in my life. We're just going to move on. Next is going to be Space Was Held. Okay? Space Was Held means that for a moment in my life, I read this book and I did have a good time. Do I think about it? No, I don't. No, I don't. Did I enjoy my time? Yes. I held space during that moment for this book. I never held it again, but in the time, in the moment, in the fantasy, space was held. Next is my Shayla. My Shayla means books that like literally are my little Shaylas. Maybe it wasn't a 5-star. They are sweet treats to me. I do think about them often and I love them a lot. If they're in my Shayla category, that's a book that I'm passing around to my friends to read. I'm probably recommending it on my social medias or something. You know, I'm talking about her because that is my Shayla. Last category is, okay. Last category is my line. That is going to be books that literally pop the top off of my brain. They open my third eye. They live there. They made me want to open my window and go, oh. And when I think about them, that is what my brain does. Okay, so that's kind of what we're working with. Now that we understand the categories, it's time to cook. These are in no particular order. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to hit the damn slay button. So let's get into it. First, we have the most wonderful crime of the year. I thought this was fun. I'm going to go Space Was Held. It's not a Shayla, but I don't think I would double it and give it to the next person. Like, I'm glad that I read it and I did have a good time. And already we're at territory. As you know, Out on a Limb is my literal baby. It's beyond my Shayla. It is my It is so good. It is the best romance book in the whole freaking world. Look at my son. Speaking of my Shayla, this is one of my Shaylas. Okay. You know what? And that's fine. And he hates my guts. All right. Next, we have Done and Dusted. Done and Dusted is going to be Space Was Held. It wasn't a my Shayla for me. I would say it's a my Shayla cusp. Didn't fully get there yet. But I did love the ADHD rep. I had a really good time. I would definitely recommend it to people. It's just not really Shayla material. Now we have Off to the Races. I think Off to the Races was her debut. This is gonna be Space Was Held because I did really like this book. You know what? Actually, no. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna put it there. Elsie Silver knows how to write. Like, I'm obsessed with her. Okay. So definitely going in Space Was Held, but not Shayla material quite yet. I wouldn't say. Actually, is it lower? No. Indigo Ridge is not. I don't know if I hold. I'm gonna go to double and give it to the next person. I'm not opposed to maybe reading another one in the series, but I just thought it was extremely mid. I did. Better than the movies. I'm going to go with Space Was Held. Actually, it might be lower. This is tentative. I liked it, but I genuinely don't remember a single thing about it. So, I'm like, was Space even held? I don't know. I thought it was cute. It reminded me of the movie Flipped, but not as good. People love it, are like foaming at the mouth for it. I'm not there, but I support you guys, of course. Now, this was a reread, but it's going in because this is one of my favorite romance books of all time. Yes, it is. I literally love it so much. I love it so much. I think it is perfect. I think it is gorgeous. Everything about it. If you haven't read it, you're being sick. You're being sick. And I'm serious about that. Funny Feelings is going in my Shayla. I loved this book. I thought this book was a sweet, gorgeous treat. I love the deaf representation. I love the single dad trope. We have this iconic girly trying to become a comedian, and it just boosted bodied. I really, really loved this book. Love in Other Words is going in Space Was Held, and here's why. I loved it in the moment, and I thought it was beautiful. So I think it was definitely better than better in the movies. However, it kind of stressed me out. I wouldn't say it's my Shayla because both of those characters did kind of piss me off. So I wouldn't like think about them as my Shaylas. They're going in Space Was Held. How You Get the Girl. Yes, ma'am. It's one of my top romances of the year. I loved it. I thought it was so beautiful. Anita Kelly writes the most beautiful little queer romances in the whole world. This is my favorite of hers so far. Absolutely loved it. Next, we're going into the Kiss Countdown. That's going in Space Was Held. I would say my Shayla Cusp, but I wasn't in love with both of the characters. However, it is going in my Shayla Cusp. I do think that this is a sweet treat book. Definitely gives Telly Herbert, Ali Hazelwood vibes, but just not fully my Shayla, not fully, whoa. We have another, whoa. The Ornithologist, Feel Good to Love. Beautiful, gorgeous, so good, hilarious. The whimsy is unmatched. I really, 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 really loved it. Okay, now we're going into Wild Love. I loved this one a lot. I wouldn't say it's fully my Shayla, but I did really, really like it. Is it my Shayla? No, it's not. But I did really love it, and I cannot wait for the next book in the series. Like, I'm gonna freak out. I love Elsie Silver. You're gonna be seeing a lot of her in this freaking thing. We have a Shayla. We have a Shayla, and that is The Prospect by Katie Hoffman. This is a gorgeous queer romance. Sports romance, which it's like, oh, sports. Yes, sports. The trans rap, the LGBT rap, it warmed my heart. I love both of these characters so freaking much. Also going in my Shayla is going to be Funny Story by Emily Henry. It wasn't a total, whoa, for me, which is kind of shocking, but I did love it. And both of these characters are my Shayla, specifically Miles, you're my Shayla. A Photo Finish is going in my Shayla, which is kind of controversial. My friend that I read these with did not like this one because it's a little creepy in the way where it's like they were sending online pics and didn't know each other and then they met in real life. But like, I kind of liked that. Am I sick? Am I sick in the head? Maybe. Not my favorite in the series. We'll get to that one, but I did really like this one as well. This one, I think it's going and I Want to Be Embalmed. I tried to give this book the benefit of the doubt, and I did finish it. Yes, I did. The characters pissed me off. The third act breakup pissed me off. I love a man in a kilt. Let's get it trending. This situation was a little bit infuriating. It was a debut. I know this author is coming out with another book this year. Will it be better? Mayhaps, mayhaps. I'm not opposed to checking it out, but this one did make me want to be embalmed. Yes, it did. We have Tempting the Bodyguard. This was the worst romance book that I read this year. I read this for a book club. It was heinous. It literally was awful. I hated every second of it, and I rated it 0.25 on Storygraph. I didn't even know you could do that, but you can. Next, Powerless by Elsie Silver. Yes, it did make you want to be embalmed. And you know why? It's because of Jasper. Okay? I think Jasper is an evil freak. The miscommunication trope made me want to literally chuck my son Gonzo out the window. You're telling me you can tell a woman to crawl on the ground, but you can't tell her you like her? There are some spicy scenes in here that I did like. So does that go to give it to the next person? Because I did kind of like those. I don't know. You know what? Actually, we're moving it up. Sound the alarm. And this is only because I like that you get a cameo of the characters from her earlier series. The spicy scenes were kind of good. However, the rest was crap. Read this book for lore, for spice, and then chuck it in the bin. We have another I Want to Be Embalmed, and that's going to be I'm in Love with Mothman. I got this for my birthday from one of my besties. So thank you so much, Elizabeth, for this book. I love you. And look, I love Mothman. I love him. Look at him. However, I don't really see him like that. I wanted to read this book because I got it as a gift. I don't want to think about Mothman like that. It's like a shifter. I thought it was cheesy. I didn't fully have a good time. Wild Eyes by Elsie freaking Silver. Dude, this book made me literally foam at the mouth. The characters are my Shaylas so much. I didn't like fully love the celebrity main character in this, and then I did, and I was like, that's my Shayla. Now I love you. The yearning is so good when they finally get together. The girlies that know the truck scene, we need to have a group where we just discuss it, unpack. I want to get a murder board out. That scene is crazy, and I need to discuss. Oh my god. I love Elsie Silver. Holy god. Would I ever think in my little life that I would be obsessed with cowboy romances? No, I wouldn't. But oh my lord heaven. Reckless by Elsie Silver is so good. It is a pregnancy trope. Warning. But I love the way this was done. Theo M.F. Silva is beautiful and perfect, and I love him so much. I do love him so much. Yes, I do. I loved his character journey. I love Winter's character journey because she comes off as a bitch in the first books, and I just really love that. Next, this is YA romance Tokyo Ever After, which is giving Princess Diaries but in Japan, and also The Father Isn't Dead. I thought this was such a sweet treat. I really enjoyed my time. I would highly recommend if you're into Princess Diaries and want just something fun to read it, girl. Don't be silly, read it. Next, we have Flawless. Flawless is going here. This is the first book in the Chestnut Springs series. I held space for it, and I was happy that I did. I really was. It was not my favorite. One of my least favorite men in the series. Cruel Winter with You by Ali Hazelwood. I'm putting this in double it and give it to the next person because I literally... Wait. I was going to say I couldn't remember, and then I just remembered, and now we're going Space Was Held, because you know what? It was held. Space Was Held. She's so good at writing a little novella. I really liked this one. Ali Hazelwood is so good at making you giggle and kick your feet. It was a great time. I had a good time. It was a gorgeous little moment. Phantasma is going and double it and give it to the next person. This book is literally just spice, and I think the world building was not good. It didn't make me want to be embalmed because I did really appreciate the OCD rep in this one, and I don't know if I've ever really seen that, especially that kind of representation in more fantasy romances. I hate to say it. I love Ashley Herring Blake. There's another book of hers in here that I'm going to rate highly. This book was ass, and I'm so sorry, but it was. It was so cheesy and cringy, and like the characters sucked, and I just was so disappointed by this book. It was such a letdown for me. Next, Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Ali Hazelwood was really brave and pretty much normalized nodding for the typical romance reader community, which was like our strongest AO3 fighter. But I liked both of the characters a lot. I liked the subplot. I thought it was interesting. I loved the little like kid that she becomes like a parent figure to. I just thought it was a cute, gorgeous little read. Hopeless by Elsie Silver. Oh, get down there. You are not my Shayla. It was not my favorite. I did like it. I enjoyed my time. Of course, like most of the time I'm going to enjoy an Elsie Silver. I'm not sick. Yeah, it just wasn't the best. A novel love story. This is going in Space Was Held. You know what? Actually, yeah, that's going in Space Was Held. I enjoyed my time. I thought it was cute. It just wasn't my favorite. I loved her other books so much. This one did kind of disappoint me. I'm really excited for her new one that's going to come out. Sounds Like Love. I read 70% of Five Brothers, and then I stopped when I started to feel physically ill. That's my Penelope Douglas challenge. I try to see how far I can read a Penelope Douglas until I want to die. This was 70%. Just read the back of this if you're curious. You can figure out what's going on here. The brothers' names are like Army, Trace, and Iron. It sounds like things you need to like find in Minecraft to build your home, you know? It's just a little strange. It was awful. Horrible book. Evil book, you could even say. Evil! Ugh. Literally, this book is amazing. The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches is so damn good. I loved it. Happy Place, that's going in Space Was Held. I did really like it. I know this is kind of controversial, but I thought their relationship was toxic, and I was like, do I want them to get back together? Also, it kind of stressed me out a lot. It was not my favorite Emily Henry. I'm just not a Happy Place people we meet on vacation girl. I understand the other people that are. I enjoyed my time because Emily Henry knows how to write banter, and I'm not an idiot, but it's just not the best. I have Barbarian Alien. Listen, I'm just a girl who likes reading alien spice sometimes, okay? Don't arrest me. Don't arrest me. Next is a love song for Ricky Wilde. In the moment, I literally ate it up so much. Like, I loved it. Upon reflection, there's some holes. You know what I mean? There's some holes. However, I did, like, in the moment, really enjoy my time, and I would recommend it to specific kind of, like, speculative romance girlies. Like, I feel like if you like Ashley Poston, I could see you liking that kind of unique element of this book by Tia Williams. We have more Shayla category, and that is Heartless. It could be in Who, and I think about that sometimes. You know what, guys? I didn't love the ending. If you know what the ending, wasn't obsessed. So I feel like that's why it's not ooh, but oh my god. You know what? You know what? Let's get crazy tonight. Let's get crazy tonight, okay? It's going in that. It's going in that. Oh my god. You can't take me anywhere. I'm crazy. I'm silly. Next, I can't look. I can't look when I put this up. Low-key, it's in my Shayla. Is it in my Shayla? Okay, it's going to the front of Space. These aren't in order, but that just makes my brain feel better. Lights Out by Navessa Allen. As far as dark romance goes, I feel like it boots. Like, I really do think that it boots. The banter's so good. The audiobook was amazing. There's just so many amazing elements of this book. It's wild. Watch out for triggers and everything of the sort. Yes, ma'am. Like, literally, yes, ma'am. Okay. Iris Kelly Doesn't Date. That's also going here. I really, really, really loved it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cute. Definitely my favorite in the series from Ashley Herring Blake. I like the tropes. There's great anxiety rep. It's like fake dating and like community theater and cutie stuff. I'm putting this in double it and give it to the next person because I did enjoy my time, but there were things like I skipped most of the fantasy stuff because I just was interested in their relationship. I did enjoy my time. It's just not like Third Eye. A False Start by Elsie Silver. Griffin and Nadia are my Shaylas. They are my Shaylas. Yes, they are. This book, it's like best friend's brother, like a little age gap. Y'all, it's crazy. I really did like this one a lot. I really did. The Bodyguard by Catherine Center, it was just not for me. It just wasn't for me, and that's okay. That's okay. I just felt like the characters weren't well developed enough, in my opinion. However, I do know a lot of people love it, so that's why we're giving it to the next person. Maybe someone else down the damn road will like it, but it's just not for me. It's not. Princess in Theory is also going to be in double it and give it to the next person. There are some things about the writing I didn't love. It didn't make me want to be embalmed. There are some things that I did not always love about it. I'm putting All of the Mind F series in Space Was Held because I enjoyed them thoroughly in the moment. They didn't change my life by any means, but I thought they were really fun. There's some people that are like S tier for them. I didn't feel that way, but I did have a good time. I really, really did have a gorgeous little time. Our Roads Lead Here. That is going in my Shayla, but I thought it was beautiful. I loved it. It did make me cry. Haunting Adeline. I can't believe I read this book. I literally read the whole thing. It's a freaky book. I was just like, it was kind of like people watching, like watching a car accident. You just can't look away. No, thank you. Frontrunner was my least favorite in the first Elsie Silver series. That's going in double it and give it to the next person. I did not really like either of those characters that much, and I'm so sorry, but that's my truth. Space Was Held. Ooh, are these my Shaylas? You know what? I think it's going in my Shayla because of Mateus. That is a man. That is a man. This is obviously Next to You by Hannah Bonham Young. That is a freaking man. Loved it. Double it and give it to the next person for triple sec. This is a polyamorous romance, which is my first time reading that. And I did like the characters and kind of how it went together. It just wasn't my favorite. I didn't feel fully connected to all the characters, but I do think there's some people that will really devour and eat it up. Gorgeous Harvest vibes, which we love. How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kwong. This is going in. I loved this so damn much. Literally loved this so much. It made me cry. I just thought it was so beautiful, and I really, 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 really really enjoyed my time. Love Light Farms is going in double and give it to the next person. The third act breakup made me want to break a Christmas tree in half. It just wasn't for me, and I deeply apologize, but that is my truth. Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels goes and space was held. I read this because I needed something that would cure my soul right after the election, and it did just that. It was there when I needed it, and I really appreciated that as well. Two Can Play by Ali Hazelwood. It was her audiobook only novella, and I actually really like this one. I thought it was a little bit of a freaking treat. Yes, indeed. I had a great time. I had a lot of fun. I wouldn't say they're my Shaylas, but I could see them being on the cusp of being my Shaylas, so I'm putting them up here. My Shayla cusp territory. Next of Kin is Going in Space Was Held. I really did love this so much. The things I didn't love about this is at the end, the male lead does punch a hole in a wall. I was like, Hannah Bonham Young, why are we punching holes in walls? I love you, Hannah, so much. That, I was like, my personal line has been drawn. No, thank you. No, thank you. But I did love it. And I thought it was really cute. Set the Record Straight. Not my Shayla's, but I did love this holiday novella. Also by Hannah Bonham Young. I love you, Hannah Bonham Young. You're gorgeous. Leather and Lark is also Going in Space Was Held. This series is crazy, but I did have a really good time reading it. Yes, I did. Lady for a Duke, I thought was so cute. Not my favorite because I felt like it was so much yearning and so much nothing to get to what was necessary. And I felt like it could have been a lot damn faster. A lot damn faster. Also, you guys, I just remembered Love Light Farms is definitely making me want to be embalmed. We're lowering it, okay? We're moving on and we're lowering it. And then last little gorgeous friend in our gorgeous little tier ranking gorgeous moment is Lost and Lassoed. And guess what, you guys? She is going in my Shayla. She's going right in my Shayla because she deserves it. This book was so good. I cannot wait for her next book. I'm going to have an aneurysm. Yes! Guys, wait, I kind of love it. I'm a little obsessed. These are all of the romance books that I read last year. You know what? This, I think, might go lower. That's Going in Space Was Held. Let me just assess really quick. Hold on. I feel better. I feel a lot better about that. So this is what we're rocking with. I read some really great books last year. I have impeccable perfect taste. Hopefully this will lead you to want to check out some of these fun books. And yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with silly old me. Thanks for checking out my damn tube channel. And yeah, that's all. Bye, freaks!